So starting seated, let's start in Sukhasana, easy seat. If there's any other way that you like to sit, that's totally fine. You can sit in a chair. I'm sitting up on my pillow. Take a moment to move the flesh of your thighs back so you can feel the sitting bones underneath you, almost like you're turning the thighs in slightly. Don't overthink it. And then maybe tip forwards and back a few times just to lubricate the hips a little bit. And then find that place right in the center where you can press the sitting bones down, reach the crown tall, and lean forwards enough so you can hold on to the knees with the arms straight, and then gently press the knees into the hands and notice which muscles need to turn on to help you do that. You might feel like the low back is starting to puff out a little bit, almost like you're trying to tuck the tailbone a little bit. Now, can you keep pressing the knees into the hand as you arch in the low back? So almost like you're trying to tip the tailbone up. So keep pushing the knees into the hands as you arch through the back. And then as you exhale, round just in the low back, just like you're tipping the hips forwards and backwards. Tipping forwards. Tipping backwards. And then somewhere right in the middle, gently relax the hands and lift the shoulders back up to neutral and bring the shoulders under, the elbows under the shoulders. The hands might be a little wider to help open the collarbones. Either palms up for a more open receiving gesture or palms down for a more grounding gesture. Lift the sternum, lift the back of the head, maybe close the eyes. Maybe you slow down the breath, bringing your attention inwards. Can you bring your attention back to the hips now that we've figured out the upper body? Feeling into the sitting bones, press the sitting bones down. Can you imagine a diamond shape in the pelvis, the diamond made by the two sitting bones, the pubic bone, the tailbone? And just ever so slightly, can you imagine lifting that diamond shape up? Even if you feel like nothing's happening, that's okay. Relax the belly, any amount. Slow down the breath. Let the exhales be deep and complete. And we'll take 3 breaths together. When you're ready, inhale through the nose. Exhale, open mouth, sigh. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Last time together, inhale. And exhale, let it go. Let the lips gently touch, breathe in and out through the nose. Softly blink open the eyes. And come onto your back. If you have a strap, grab a strap. If you don't have a strap, it's nice to use like the wrap of a robe, a bathrobe, something that's at least about 1 foot long. You can use a belt. If you don't have one, I'll give you an option without. So don't stress too much. When you're ready, come onto your back, feet on the floor, knees up. And again, rock in the pelvis a few times. Rock the pelvis forward so the tailbone drops towards the floor. Rock the tailbone up towards the ceiling so the low back presses down. Move forwards and back a few times. And then find a place where you're in the center, where there's a little bit of an arch in the low back, a natural arch. Tuck the shoulders underneath you so you've got wide collarbones. And then keep the left foot down, but pull the right knee into the chest. Hold on to the shin or the back of the thigh. And see, when we move the legs, then the hips start to do funny things. So see if you can reset the hips. Move the right hip away from the face. Now, if you have a strap, use the strap to wrap around the big toe ball mound of the right foot. If that doesn't really work for you, you can wrap it around the heel, but ideally it's around the big toe ball mound. And then reach the foot up towards the ceiling. Straighten the legs and straighten the arms. So you're holding onto the strap on both sides. Notice here how the big toe likes to come closer to the face. Can you use your right hand and pull the pinky toe just as much as the big toe? Lengthen the back of the right leg. Reach the heel up towards the ceiling and try to get the arms straight so that the shoulders are moving towards the floor. Now, same thing in the hips. Notice what changed. Can you move the right hip away from the face? Keep turning the right thigh, the inner thigh, in. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you straighten the left leg along the floor. Slow, crawling that heel out. If the left leg goes long, press the left thigh down and then again, check the hips. Can you move the right thigh away from the face? Can you move the right thigh in towards the center line? Find that low back. And then hold the strap with just the left hand. So cross the straps into the left hand. Open the right arm to a T or to a cactus shape. If it's in a T, bring the palm down. And just ever so gently reach the right heel up and move the right heel towards the left. So you're doing a little bit of a twist. It doesn't have to go very far. For now, try to keep the right hip down. It might lift up a little bit. Draw the left shoulder down away from the ear. Press into the right hand if it's down. Reach the right heel up. Reach the left heel away from you. Flex that left foot. Slow breath in. Slow breath out, relaxing the belly. Bring the foot back to center and switch hands. Now hold on to the straps with your right hand. If you don't have a strap, you can bend the knee and hold onto the knee with your hand. Open the left arm out to the side, maybe a cactus shape if you don't have space. Reach the heel up, lift the back of the leg up towards the ceiling, press down into the left leg. As you exhale, open the right leg out to the side. Again, you could be holding onto the knee instead. Go only as far as the left hip wants to come up, but does it come up? Press the left thigh down. Reach through the left arm. Relax the belly. Reach through the right heel, straightening that leg. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale back to center. Bend the left knee, plant the foot. Bend the right leg, plant the foot. Notice the difference between the sides here. And again, tip the hips forwards and back just a time or two, once or twice. Try to find that center line, feel where that is on the low back. And then pull the left knee into the chest, hold on to the knee, give it a little squeeze. See if you can find that equilibrium in the hips. We're never going to be fully symmetrical. Nobody's fully symmetrical. So here, just see if you could find a balance. Press the left hip away from the face. When you're feeling ready, use the strap around the big toe ball mound of the left foot and reach the leg straight. So it doesn't matter how far it comes up. It might be far away from you. It might be close to you. As long as you can really straighten that leg, lift the kneecap, lengthening from the back of the hip all the way up to the heel. Flex the little toe side of the foot so that the foot is flat. I could put a plate on the bottom of your foot and it would be steady. Move the left hip away from the face, but turn the inner left thigh in so that the leg doesn't turn out as you do that. Relax the belly. See if you can relax any gripping in the low back. Maybe stay here, maybe start to straighten the right leg. The right leg is the foundation here. Can you press the right thigh down and do all of those actions again in the left hip away, left thigh in. Hold on to the strap with the right hand. Left arm out. Inhale, reach the heel up. Exhale to cross towards the right. Crossing only as much as you're feeling some sensation. Maybe you're already feeling some sensation. Keep the left hip down. Keep the right leg strong. Reach the left heel up, up, up. Slow the breath. Inhale to bring the leg back to center. Switch your grip. Maybe you're bending the knee and holding on with the hand. Open the left arm. Inhale for length. And exhale out to the side. Again, try to keep the right thigh really heavy. Only go as far as the right hip can stay down. And then again, move the left outer hip away from the face. Press into the heel. Reach the back of the leg long. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. As you inhale, lift the leg back up to center. Bend the right knee, plant the foot. Bend the left knee, plant the foot. Okay, come to sit. Maybe roll onto your side and press yourself up. We're going to do Baddha Konasana. It's a little early. Maybe, ideally, you have a wall behind you and you can bring your hips all the way up to the wall. If you don't have a wall, don't worry about it. Bring the soles of the feet together, bottoms of the feet together. And move the legs in as close as you can. And for now, especially if you're leaning up against a wall, you gotta scoot so that you can really try to hook your low back, your hips, the top of your hips as close to the wall as possible. So you're sitting up as straight as you can. And then you could pull the legs in a little bit closer. Press the soles of the feet together. The inner edges of the feet, the outer edges of the feet. See if you can lift the ankles off the floor as you do this so that you're not collapsing into the ankles. And then holding on to the ankles with your hands, pull so that you can move the collarbones away from each other. The outer shoulders move backwards. This is our upright Supta Baddha Konasana. Oh, sorry, just Baddha Konasana. We're not lying down. When you're ready, take a slow breath in, find length through the spine. And as you exhale, fold forwards any amount. Maybe you just look down towards the feet, bowing towards the feet. Press the feet together. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale to lift back up and use the hands on the outsides of the knees to help the knees come back together. Move the feet away from you and press the knees together with the hands. Child's pose. Also called downward facing hero pose. You can lift the hips up on something if that feels good. Reach the arms forwards. We're going to take some side stretches here. So crawl the fingertips as far away as you can so you're finding length through the side ribs. And as you exhale, walk the hands towards the left. Take a side stretch, bringing the right hand on top if you like. Press the right hip down, let the head and neck go. Feel free to pad the knees if you need to. Take one more breath. When you're ready, take the other side, moving the hands towards the left edge of the mat Maybe bring the left hand on top. Did I say left? Hands are moving towards the right, left hand on top. Left hip back, head and neck heavy. One more breath. Bring the hands back to center. Come to a tabletop. And toes could be tucked if you like. Better to have the tops of the feet down as long as that feels comfortable and sustainable. Lift the right leg, keeping the knee bent. So reach the right heel up towards the ceiling. And notice how that right hip likes to open up as you do that. Can you bring the right hip down? Turn the inner thigh in. Lift the right heel up 1 more inch. Slow breath in, press into the hands, press into the left leg. And as you exhale, open the right knee out towards the right and look towards the right knee. Fire hydrant. Aha. Inhale, reach the right heel back up, center. Exhale out to the right. Inhale up through center. Exhale out to the right. Last time. Inhale, come up through center, and then exhale, bring the knee down, and we'll take the other side. So again, find that center line, pressing evenly through the hands, through the right knee, and then inhale to lift the left leg. And again, notice how most of us want to lift that left hip to really help. We're going to do that in a second. Try to keep the left hip moving down and the left inner thigh spinning up towards the ceiling, just like we did when we were on our backs. Press down into the floor. Inhale, lift the heel 1 more inch. And exhale, reach the knee out to the side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, out to the side. You know when you're done. Take a couple rounds. Resist the urge to make this perfect. Figure out what feels okay today. Last round. On your next exhale, lower the knee. Come to stand. Walk the feet forward. As you inhale, lift the chest up. Tadasana. Bring the big toes together, the heels slightly apart. Reach the arms. Lift the kneecaps so the quads are strong. And imagine you could move the thighs backwards. Lift the chest, spread the collarbones, reach the arms again. Lift the back of the head. Our first actual standing pose. Try not to grip the toes. Slow breath. As you inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. You can bend the knees here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, like you're moving through honey. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up, strong legs, tighten the kneecaps. Exhale, lower the arms, Tadasana, keeping the thighs back again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, lower the arms, we'll add on. Inhale, reach. Keep the length as you exhale and fold. Lengthen the front of the body. Inhale, halfway lift. Find that front body length again. Exhale, step the feet back to plank. Maybe you come onto the knees. Look forwards as you inhale. Exhale down onto the belly. 3 little back bends. Press the thighs down, press the tops of the feet down. Inhale, peel the chest up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Every time you lower down, try to bring the rib cage a little further forwards on the mat. Inhale to lift. And exhale, lower down, reaching the rib cage forward. Last time, thighs strong. Inhale. Exhale, lower down and make your way to either child's pose or downward facing dog. Maybe you're in puppy dog. Maybe you're in baby dolphin. Let the head and neck go. Relax the face. Let the eyes soften back. Two more breaths. As you inhale, look forwards, prepare. Exhale, feet to the hands, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Power up the legs, inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Thighs back, exhale, lower the arms. Okay, we're gonna jump. I'm not gonna jump, you're gonna jump. Bring the big toes together, the heels slightly apart, bring the hands to the hips, elbows back. Lift the chest. With your hands back here, maybe your thumbs are on the low back or right at the pelvis. Can you press the tailbone down a little bit and move the thighs back at the same time? Lift the chest. Now bring the fingertips to touch at the front of the chest, bend the knees, inhale. And as you exhale, jump or step the feet wide. Wider than you think. Parallel the edges of the feet. Turn the right toes out. I'll mirror. Turn the left toes slightly in. And then bend and straighten into the right knee. As you bend and straighten, notice that that left foot is going to want to follow. Keep the left foot glued down and keep pressing the left hip forwards towards the right knee. So the hip is moving towards the knee, but the foot is not moving. The next time you bend, hold here. Keep the right knee stacked on top of the right ankle. Keep the left foot pressing down, the left hip lowering. Reach the arms. Look over the right fingertips and move the chin back slightly. Slow breath in, press the feet down. Exhale, side angle. Bring the right hand down, maybe onto the elbow to the knee, or you can bring the hand all the way down to the floor and reach the top arm in line with the ear. So now you're making one really long line from the left heel to the left fingertips. Move the right hip underneath you. Pull it away from the shoulder. Maybe look towards the top hand. Press down into the right heel. Inhale, use the arms, lift yourself up, straighten the legs. And then bring the hands to the hips, parallel the feet. Let's take the other side. Turn the left toes out, the right toes slightly in. Now, every time we do that, it's the right hip likes to come forwards. So can you try to keep the hips in the same line, moving the right hip, the right thigh moving back. Bend and straighten a few times, opening the arms when you're ready. If the arms are tired, you can keep them bent for now. And again, focus on that back leg. Can you keep the right foot glued down as the right hip follows the left? The next time you bend, hold here. Make sure you've got that alignment in the front leg. Open the chest, reach the fingertips, spread the ball of the hand. Press down into the feet. Don't forget that right foot. Look over the left fingertips. Move the head back slightly. Try to have no strain in the right side of the neck. No strain in the left side of the neck. Relax the shoulders down. Inhale here, fire up the legs. Exhale, left elbow towards the thigh. Maybe the hand comes to the floor as you reach the right fingertips forwards away from the foot. That left shoulder likes to come up by the ear. Can you keep it down? Move the right hip down. Move the left hip away from its own shoulder. Maybe look up towards the top hand. Extended side angle, slow breath. Press down into the feet. And then inhale, use the arms, come all the way back up to stand, parallel the feet, bring the hands to the hips, the elbows back. Okay, take a moment here. We're gonna do that again. We're gonna go a little bit faster this time since you know where we're going. We're gonna take one extra pose. We have not done this in a while. Maybe you have not done this at all. So just try it, see how it goes. You never know. When you're ready, turn the right toes out, left toes slightly in. Warrior two, reach the arms, bend into the right knee. Back leg strong. You'll see why in a moment. Look over the right fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Option to stay here. We'll be here for 5 breaths. Option to take bird of paradise. If you want to try bird of paradise, you're going to bring that right hand inside the leg towards the floor as low as you can. The left arm, thumbs up, thumbs down behind the back. See if you can bring it behind you. Now we're going to try for the bind. Right arm, thumbs up, thumbs down, underneath the legs. See if you can clasp hands, bend into the right knee. Maybe step the left foot forwards and bring your weight onto the left foot as you float the leg up, holding onto the leg with the hands. Ooh, for me, not today. Maybe. Slow breath. When you're ready, come back into that extended side angle shape, reaching through the top arm. Inhale, warrior two, straighten the legs, parallel the feet, hands to the hips. Okay, other side. Sides are different. Turn the left toes out, right toes slightly in. Check your alignment, especially if you lift it up. In that last pose, turn the hips, press into the feet. Warrior two. Strong legs, back leg strong. Look to the left, relax the neck. Inhale. Exhale, left arm down, right arm up. Option to stay here, working on the legs, working on the balance, working on the gaze. Maybe bring the left hand down towards the floor, inside the leg. Thumbs up, thumbs down, behind the leg. Thumbs up, thumbs down, underneath the leg. If you're okay here, stay. Work on the bind. Maybe walk the right foot in. Bring your weight onto that right foot. Look at something that's not moving. Start to lift the leg up. My left toe is broken, so I cannot do this pose. Stay as long as you like. When you're ready, come back to that extended side angle. Reach the arm. Press into the feet, warrior two. Straighten the left leg, parallel the feet, hands to hips. Take a breath, press the legs down. Lift the kneecaps. And then heel toe the feet together. Maybe you jump the feet together. Okay, one more thing while we're standing here because it's standing pose week. Press the feet down. We're going to try chair pose again. So bring the heels, weight into the heels. If you want to do this against a wall, you can. You can just lean up against the wall and walk the feet forward as you sit down for this little wall sit. If not, bring the big toes together, heels slightly apart, thumbs to sternum, lift the sternum up, and sit the hips low. Keep the hands here for now. Find that natural curve in the low back. So many of us tend to poke the low back forwards here. You might need to send the tailbone down to take the back a little bit longer. Shift the weight from side to side in the feet very gently. Trying not to shift the whole body too much. Trying to just shift the weight. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you keep the left foot down and lift the right foot. Bring the right foot down. Maybe you keep the right foot down and lift the left foot. And bring the left foot down. Come to stand, reach the arms, straighten the legs. Okay, we're gonna try that again. Keep the right foot down. We're gonna come into it a little differently this time. Thumbs to sternum. Inhale to lift the right knee. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh, and then start to lower the hips, bending the knees. You're making this figure 4 shape with the legs. You're coming into a chair, you're balancing on that left foot. Keep your gaze steady on something that's not moving. Move the left hip in towards the center line. Gently move that right knee away from you, flex the right foot. And then inhale, press into the foot to stand, bring both feet down. Other side. Keep the right foot down, lift the left knee, cross the left ankle over the right thigh, and bend. Now you're leaning forwards a little bit. Your weight is in that right heel. Flex the left foot. Lower the hips a little bit more. Figure 4. When you're ready, start to straighten that bottom leg and lower the top leg. Tadasana. Slow breath. Okay, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank, maybe lower down, maybe just hold plank. Inhale, take a back bend, strong legs, thighs. And exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. Head and neck heavy. Notice what the room looks like upside down. Use your arms and legs. Two more breaths. When you're ready, bring the knees down. And come onto a seat. We're gonna do Baddha Konasana again. If you have a block, I want you to try to use a block. If you don't have a block, don't worry about it. You're just gonna do it the same way we just did it. If you're up against a wall, again, try to scoot yourself so that the sacrum, the low back, is all the way up against the wall. If you don't have a wall, don't worry about it. And then bring the feet together. This is, don't pull the legs in super close yet. We're in a very casual version of this to begin. And if you have a block, option 1, we're going to try option 2 together first. So let's do option 2. Option 2, the block is in its medium width, so it's the lowest it can be to the floor, and you're going to try to bring it between the feet. If that's way too much, if your knees are really, really high off the ground and your legs are screaming, then you can bring it at its medium height so that it's between the feet is the shortest distance. But see if you can keep it at option 2 and see if that over time changes a little bit. You can maybe scoot the legs in a little closer by pulling at the ankles. And then press into the block. push the feet into the block. Notice what happens in the low back as you do that. Maybe nothing at all, that's okay. Lift the chest, easier if you're up against the wall here because you can't lean back. But can you move the shoulders back and imagine that dolphin fin in between the shoulder blades? Move that dolphin fin forwards through the chest. Relax the breath, relax the face. Press the feet into the block, one more breath. And then remove the block. This pose is about to get 100 times easier. Bring the soles of the feet together, move the feet a little closer in. Again, see if you can keep the ankles off the floor as you gently press the knees away from you. Just using the strength of your legs, press the feet together and press the knees away. Just like when we were holding onto the knees and pressing the knees into the hands. In fact, if you can reach the knees, you can even try that. Press the knees into the hands, press the feet together, lift the ankles up, lift the chest. We're just going to do one more thing here. Lift the chest as you inhale, and as you exhale, forward fold. We've been here before. Notice the difference between the first and the second version of this pose. This is our Adho Mukha downward facing Baddha Konasana, bound angle. Bring your attention to the breath. Notice that internal dialogue that comes up. As you inhale, look forward. And as you exhale, lift the chest back up. Use the hands outside the knees to help the knees back together. You can scoot the feet away from you. And again, for now, bring the feet wide, the knees together, and press the thighs together, press the legs together, just to sort of counteract all that opening. You can move the hands up and down the thighs to press the legs together a little bit more, getting some compression in the thighs. Like a little massage. With the knees bent, take the right foot underneath the left leg and try to bring the right knee down in front of you. It might be nice to lift your hips up for this. So if you're finding that the right knee is really high off the floor or you're feeling a lot of sensation in the knee here, then lift up the hips onto a block or onto some pillows is good too. And if that still doesn't help, then the new action is instead of to try to tuck the right ankle towards your hip, you're going to try to come to a figure four shape again. So you're going to bring the right leg, the shin parallel to the mat. Okay. If the foot is tucked close to your hip, bring the left foot in so it's right next to the knee. You can stay here or you can cross the left foot over the right knee. You could stay here or you could try to walk the left foot towards the right hip and try to stack the knees on top of each other. Doesn't matter where you are. If you can stack the knees, it helps to do that because then you can ground the hips. But if you can't quite get there, that's totally fine. Just try to get to the place where your legs are allowing it to happen. But you can still press the hips down. So that might mean that you need to negotiate a little bit. You might need to rock the hips forwards a little bit. You might need to take one step back so that you can really feel the sitting bones on the floor. And breathe. Maybe close the eyes if your mind is really wandering. Bring your attention back to the breath. Soften the belly. Lift the chest, move the shoulders back, move the dolphin fin into the chest. If the eyes are closed, very gently blink them open. And we'll take the other side. So start to unwind that left leg. And then help the right foot. Plant both feet. Now we'll take the left foot underneath. Again, maybe you're coming to that parallel line in the shin. Maybe you're bringing the foot close to the hip so that the knee comes in front of you. Doesn't matter. Walk the right foot in. Notice what you need on this side. It might be different. Try to take the same variation you took on the last side. Maybe you cross the foot. Maybe you stack the knees. Figure out what feels right for you today and where you can really feel the sitting bones on the floor. Feeling the grounding. So now we've gone from standing poses to sitting poses, but the seated poses have just as much work in the legs pressing down into the floor as the standing poses do. So find your position and then close the eyes maybe, move the shoulders back, lift the chest, lift the sternum up into your imaginary thumbs. Lengthen the neck, all sides of the neck. Softly open the eyes. Unwind the legs, right leg first. And then use the hand to help the left leg. Now we'll take Upavishta Konasana, wide leg. So sitting up on a block can be really nice. Sitting up on some pillows can be nice. Use your hands to open the leg wide and then start to straighten the legs a little or a lot. Make sure that the knees point up towards the ceiling and then make sure that the toes point up towards the ceiling so that you're centered right on the back of the heel. But then sometimes you need to negotiate again between the knees and the feet. Move the hands behind you. Hopefully you can reach the floor. And even if you're just on fingertips, I'm on fingertips because I'm sitting up on a block. Press into the hands and lift the chest. Press the thighs down into the floor. It would be very rare here to hyperextend and do a ton of damage in the knees here. So for most of us, really think about trying to get the knees, the backs of the knees towards the floor. Lift the chest. And then bring the hands inside the legs. Hold on to the inside of the right knee and bend the knee. Bring the bottom of the foot towards the left leg. We're in a sort of Janushirshasana shape. Bring the right hand to the right knee and press so that you can turn to face the long leg. Straighten that long leg, press the leg down, lift the toes up, inhale. And exhale, forward fold a little or a lot over the long leg. Doesn't matter how far you go. Keep the long leg strong, pressing down into the floor. You can press the right knee away from you to help you turn a little more. And then inhale, slowly use your hands to lift up. Help that right leg, send it back long. Use the left hand under the knee to bend the left knee. Pull the ankle in close. Left hand to the left knee, press there. Straighten the right leg, flex the right foot. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold over the long leg. Again, can you use your hands to help? Try to get the crown of your head towards the big toe. The chin towards the shin. Right leg strong and straight, pressing down. Left knee presses away from you. Maybe you can twist a little bit more with the help of that left knee. One more slow breath. Use your hands. Inhale to lift up. Bend both knees, plant both feet on the floor, and then come onto your back. Supine pigeon. Once you get there, pull the knees into the chest. Rock side to side. And then plant both feet on the floor. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh, close to the knee. Maybe stay here, maybe gently press the right knee away from the face, flexing the right foot. Maybe you pull the legs in a little closer. When you're ready, bring the right foot down, the left foot down. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Find your second side. Bring your attention to the sensation that you can feel. Try to focus on one thing at a time. The mind will wander. It'll want to do multiple things. It'll want to multitask. So when you notice that it's moved on to something else, just gently bring it back to either the sensation that you're feeling or the breath. Just one thing at a time. With control, bring the right foot down, bring the left foot down. Start to make your way towards Shavasana. If you want, you can keep the knees up. You can bring the feet a little wider and the knees together so that the hips can relax a little more. Or you could straighten the legs. You could bring the legs up the wall if you have a wall nearby. You could have a little pillow under the head if that feels good. You'll especially need a pillow if you feel like the chin is lifted up higher than the forehead. So if you can get the forehead a little bit higher than the chin, meaning lengthening the back of the neck here, then you don't necessarily need something under the head. Maybe the palms are on the belly. Maybe the arms are open wide. And if the arms are open, you should have just a little space between the arms and the body so that the armpits can get some air from circulation. Find the symmetry between the sides. When you're ready, maybe sigh out your next breath and release the jaw. Relax, release, and let go. Shavasana. Let your body soften completely on your next exhale. When you're ready, begin to deepen the breath. Invite some small movements into the fingers and toes. Eventually bend the knees, roll onto your side, use your upper arm as a pillow. Use your hands to press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Sitting up on any props that you need to, leaning up against the wall if that feels good. Lift the chest. Maybe close the eyes as you lift the back of the head so the chin comes down just a little bit more than usual. Back of the neck long and lengthening. Thank yourself for showing up. Thank your body for working for you. Gratitude for the practice and its lineage. We'll close with 3 breaths. When you're ready, let your exhale be deep and complete. Then inhale through the nose. Exhale, open mouth, sigh. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Inhale, nose. And exhale, let it go. Thank you so much for coming. Let me know if you have any questions.